I like these New Year things a couple weeks after the New Year.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like after the holidays, I need like a couple weeks to recuperate before I can really think about what I want to accomplish this year. So,
Yeah, we're still finishing on 2025 business. And it's funny because all those people that we've been trying to talk to for the last 3 weeks during the holidays are now all of a sudden want to have meetings. So
yes.
it's good.
North Dallas. We got North Dallas in the chat. Loving it.
Oh,
awesome. Okay, guys, I think we're ready to get started here.
Up.
I think I almost got everybody in, so we are good to kick off here. And are we going live on all channels yet? Cool. Let's do it.
Well, thumbs up from Spider, the engineer. Yeah.
If you are tuning in on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or you're here with us in Zoom, we are so excited to have you here. This is just meant to be a really fun and interactive workshop for you guys. We always kind of look back at the previous year and see what are our most listened to podcast episodes. And the most listened to episode from last year was our vision board workshop that we did for 2025. So we were like, well, this year, let's go all out and let's do one live with you guys and really help you kind of nail down that wellness plan for this year. So I hope you didn't think that you were coming here to like cut things out of a magazine and put that together, although you can totally do that after tonight. Tonight, we're going to help you really get clear with pen and paper on what that wellness plan is going to look like for you this year. So you can take that and then go, make something, a beautiful vision board out of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, you could construction paper and magazines on your own time. No, I'm kidding. No, when I heard that originally, I was like, wait, what? How is this the #1 podcast? And we've dropped so many knowledgeable nuggets, but hey, the numbers don't lie. But we're excited for this. Get everybody kicked off for the new year and see how we can help too, right?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. So
Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to show you how to create a personalized wellness plan, one that really can support your energy and clarity throughout the year. So our hope is that by the end of this, that you have a really clear plan that you can follow and feel really good about. So we are excited. I know that if you are here, it's likely because you are ready to make a plan and you are excited about that. So we would love to see the energy in the chat throughout this. So we love when it's interactive. So don't be afraid to jump in there, share your big, bold ideas, and we can all support each other. All right. So let's get moving here. Okay, so stay with us till the end. I know we told you guys that we were going to provide you with a wellness roadmap workbook. So there's an extended version. If we gave it to you right now, you'd probably get into the weeds and get stuck on the first one because it's pretty in depth. So we're going to give it to you at the end. So hang with us. We'll give you the link at the end. You can print it out. So it's kind of the extended version of what we're doing here, but it'll help you take what you're doing tonight and take it to even the next level. So we'll be giving you that at the end of the session tonight. Okay, and then I just encourage you here to really turn off all your distractions. I know that you probably have a million things going on tonight. You've got to make dinner still. You might be in the car driving the kids around. But if you can eliminate as much distractions as possible for this, really just give yourself 1 hour to really create this plan that can impact the entire year to come. So give yourself that 1 hour, shut those tabs, set the phone aside if you can. And let's just focus on what we have here and give that to yourself, right?
Yes, give that. You took the words right out of my mouth. If you're gonna do it, let's do it, right? You know, let's get all in here. Let's focus. We'll make it happen for sure.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so we're going to start with a little exercise here. So if you have that piece of paper that I told you needed, I want you to grab a piece of paper and I want you to draw a line down the middle. So kind of like this, we're going to draw a line directly down the middle of the page. On one side, we are going to put 2025, and then on the other side, we're going to put 2026. So for the first thing I want you to do after you do that is I just want you to write down words that pop into your mind when you think of 2025. So let's do a little reflection because we can't go into the year thinking about 2026 if we haven't reflected on what we did in 2025. So whether 2025 was fantastic for you, maybe it was a great year, I want you to use all the words that you would use to describe it. Maybe you can even put some things down that you accomplished, or maybe 2025 wasn't the year for you. You know, maybe it was one that you wanted to shut the door on, to kind of close that chapter. If that's the case, I want you to describe it. You know, what was 2025 like? Maybe what was it that you didn't accomplish? But try to put a couple wins in there. I'm sure you accomplished something, right?
Yeah.
We always got to look at how far we've come, right?
Look at the gain, not the gap. Right?
Yes. If you are in my circle, you know I've been reading this book called The Gap and the Gain. And it was such a timely, perfect book to start off the new year. And I'm going to totally throw it in here. If you have not read that book, go get it. It's a super short, easy read, but it's fantastic. And it talks about how if we look at where we are today and we compare it to where we want to be in the future, we're going to be living in this gap. You know, there's always going to be something missing. But if we're looking at where we are today and comparing it to how far we've come, you know, you're living in the gain. Like we've gained a lot. And for me, in the reflection side of things in the 2025, I really had to do that this year because at first I came to Kyle and was like, man, we didn't hit all of our goals. But then when I looked back and I said, well, here's where we started in 2025 and here's where we ended. We actually came really, really far. We accomplished a lot of things. So even if you didn't hit all of those goals, I promise you, you accomplished something. So put that down on the 2020-25. 2020-25.
2020-25.
A lot of
I don't
25s.
think we're going to be around for that.
2025 side. So, all right.
It's going to be a rough year for us.
Jump in the chat. Give me one or two words that was on your 2020-25. Why do I keep saying that?
Sorry.
It's too many 25s.
2020 vision in 2025.
I got the excitement going here.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Let me get this chat so I can see it. Travel, workplace growth. I love that. New job, the worst. Oh, Sherry, I'm sorry. It's all right. We can make 2026 better here. Yeah. Awesome.
Think of the gain. You got to think of the gain.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some growth there, right?
Yeah.
Personal, professional, maybe not economical, but there's always some gain. But that's the big thing with the gap and the gain, right?
Right. All right. So if keep putting those 2025 ones in the chat here if you've got them. And if you've just hopped on here, we had a couple. Then we are writing on a piece of paper 2025 and 2026 with a line down the middle. And right now we're doing some reflection on 2025.
2020.
Oh, moved from Maryland to Plano, which was good. That's great.
Welcome.
Fantastic.
Welcome
that
to DFW.
Is awesome. Welcome to Tejas.
There's a pretty sweet wellness surgery over there.
Surgery with pacemaker, spiritual enlightenment. I love that. Graduation. Congrats. Woohoo. That's an exciting one. New job at Altered States. Yes.
All right.
I love it. Awesome. Thanks for jumping in the chat. If you want to go back later and really dig down on that, I do recommend that you do that because it's really hard to focus on the goals for your next year if you don't look back and see, A, how far did you come and what did you accomplish? And maybe like what things would you have wanted to do better? So take some time to do some deeper reflection. But yeah, 2025. Let's start to shut the door on 2025 and let's shift over to the other part of the page, which is 2026 here. And I want you to write words that you want to feel in 2026. What do you want to end the year feeling? Or are there some high level goals that you want to end the year and have accomplished? So we're going to get more depth into the specifics and how you're going to accomplish these things, but I want you to just kind of keep it high level right now for 2026. Martin joined a run group and became the leader. Great job, Martin.
Martin, you're the man.
Altered States is going to sponsor those runs next year.
Altered States will not be running in them, but we'll be there for help with the recovery of it.
Oh, I'm liking these. All right. 2026, you want to feel inspired, ready, and hopeful.
There we go.
Fantastic. 2026, send more healing energy. I like it. Love it. What else do we got here?
Send the cedar fever out of here for 2026.
No more allergies?
Help out your boy.
I know
Yeah.
of a salt cave that might help with
Yeah.
that. Coming to Glade Parks very soon.
I certainly inhaled a lot of salt this week, moving all those bags around. Maybe that's it.
Oh, I love
If
it.
I was allergic to salt, that would have flushed out the last few years, so I bet.
Yeah. Lose weight, 20 pounds. I like it. Very
go.
specific and measurable. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Confident and bold. I like that. Awesome. Fantastic stuff. Great. All right, guys, that's awesome. So we looked at our 2025 and we took a look at those words and things that we wanted to feel in 2025. Now, on the other side, you wrote your 2026 and you wrote down all of the things that you want to feel. So I want you to now take one word that sticks out to you the most on your 2026 side. And I want you to let that be your word of the year.
What's our word of the
The
year?
guiding light. And I'll share ours because we did this exercise ourselves
Right.
here in a minute. But take
Okay.
a moment to think. What's that one word that maybe there's just one on the page that's just sticking out at you, right? That maybe it was the first one you put on there.
Boundaries. Let's
Got
go.
ready.
I like it.
We've got boundaries. That's a good one. Yeah, one word that you kind of want to carry you throughout the year.
Your word of the year.
Yeah. So Kyle and I, when we did this exercise, we found our one word of the year that we want to go with is focus. Because in all areas of our life, we really want to get focused and really prioritize what matters most. I like it. Healed, tactical.
Tactical.
I like
All
that.
right.
Health. I like the health. We got lots of that for you tonight. Discipline. That was a good one too. These are all really good. Perfect. Well, you guys are definitely in the right space then. And I hope that you can take this word with you and kind of have it be your why, right? Be what guides you throughout this year and put it somewhere that you can see it every day, that you're going to remember it. And use that word to really just resonate with you and help you remember, this is how I want to feel when I get to the end of 2026. And this is what I'm going to use to fuel me to keep my commitments and get me there, right?
Yeah, it's meant to be simple. But kind of obtuse, but to help you execute on a lot of these things, right? It's just that one catchword that's going to mean a lot to you. Can we share what ours is yet?
Oh, I said focus.
Focus.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you miss
Cold
that?
meds. Yeah, no. So for us was focus. And we noticed a lot in 2025. I would say our side was very, we so opened 4 stores. It was crazy. Our gain was insane. But for us now moving forward, we found, we can get a little disjointed and there's so much going on that we really wanted to focus on revenue producing activities or things that were going to really move the needle. I was like, I want to move the needle and want to move the needle. So then JoJo, the wordsmith that she is, kind of came up with this focus where I was thinking, well, we need to be selfish towards our time. And she's like, no, fool. It's focus. So that for us, and it's already in these this week and a half, 2 weeks that we've been in 2026. It's been something that's stuck with me.
Yeah.
And it applies a lot more. It's more of a mentality as opposed to just here are the steps. So when we'll get there on how we're going to do that. But
Love it. Perfect. Awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that little exercise to get you started. But if you are here tonight, you might be kind of feeling some things. I know I speak to customers all day, every day at our locations. And for a lot of people, I think 2025 was a tough year on a lot of us. And if you had a great 2025, I'm so glad for you. But I
jealous.
think that, but I think it was challenging for some people. I hear a lot that people are really feeling burned out. They're running 1 million miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
We, that's part of the reason why we have such a strong focus on focus, because we were burned out doing a lot of things, trying to do everything. And we realized that we just can't do that. The other thing I'm seeing is people are feeling stuck in a cycle. They are, trying things, trying new things, setting out to do goals, but just not hitting those goals. They feel like they just can't get out of that cycle, right? And the third thing is you feel ready for something different. And if you are here tonight, that's likely going to resonate with you. You showed up here because you want to do something different this year, right? You want to break that cycle. You are tired of being burnt out and you're ready to try something new this year in 2026. And that's exactly what it takes to really make changes, right?
Which is good, right? If you want something different, that's your body or the universe telling you that that it's ready for a change, right? What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Right.
And that's so it's a good thing. Don't think of it as, well, I need to just stay on and stay with the grind and all that. No, you can still grind. We just do it in a different way, and we're more tactical about it, or we're focused on certain areas. So that's there for you.
Absolutely. So if you're feeling one of these, I want you to put it in the chat. Are you feeling burned out? Are you feeling stuck in a cycle? Or are you feeling just ready for something different? Or maybe it's all three, and you can totally put all three in there too. So tell me which one kind of resonates with you. Where are you at for this year and where you're feeling right now? All three. Ready for something different. I like it. Ooh, we're celebrating their 61st birthday on Sunday. That's exciting.
Dang, you don't look a day over 60.
Ready. Feeling ready for something different. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that one definitely resonates with me. Feel stuck and ready for something different. Yeah, I'm with you. I can relate. Perfect. All right. Let's talk about why most wellness plans fail.
Right.
And typically it's a goal without a plan. So you've got a goal and you want to reach it, but you don't actually have a plan on how you're going to get there, right?
Right.
We can want something all day, but if we don't know the steps that we're going to take and those little action steps and micro goals that are going to get us there, the odds of us actually reaching that goal are pretty slim, right?
Or you set such an insane goal that you never give yourself a chance to obtain it, right? You touched on this with micro goals, but we, especially this time of the year, and even, a couple weeks ago, I see this in the store all the time. Somebody comes in and they're like, I'm going to start to do CrossFit. I'm going to eat full keto. I'm going to lift to insane, and then I'm going to come in and see you guys on an unlimited membership. And I'm just immediately like, dude, I love it. I love it. But let's baby steps here, and you're setting yourself up for failure. And you guys know how this is, right? I do the same thing when it's, oh my gosh, I'm going to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club or whatever, but you don't actually go through like how physically you're going to get there. And then the second that, the cookies show up, you're off, right? And then one day you don't work out or you don't do whatever, then the whole thing goes to hell, right?
Yeah.
So goals are very key. It's, these micro goals, these wins, to be able to stack wins, that's part of the plan.
Right. Absolutely. So goals without a plan for sure.
Right.
Those two big of goals. Motivation without structure is another one. So go ahead.
And I think motivation to me is very fleeting, right? That's the David Goggins, like, let's go out there and let's do this right now. Well, discipline is really kind of, discipline is the difference. And I saw that as one of the words in there. So that was awesome. It really resonated with me. And discipline is taking the small actions every day.
Mm-hmm.
The days that you don't want to go work out. I do this. I'm like, man, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to go put my right shoe on and see what happens.
I do it anyway.
I'm going to see what happens, right? So that's the discipline and that's the motivation.
Yeah.
And discipline is done through structure, right? So we're taking you from motivation to discipline through structure.
Yeah. And then the third thing is doing it alone.
Right.
Like if you make a goal, you have the best of intentions and you don't tell anyone, you don't have any sort of community to hold you accountable.
Right.
You don't even tell your husband. Like it's likely not going to happen because you don't have anybody that's going to hold you accountable, You don't have anybody to celebrate those little wins
Right.
with you,
Support
to
you.
tell you they're seeing your progress. You don't have a community to lift you up when things get hard.
Right.
And trust me, I know that can be difficult. Yes. So most people do not fail because they are unmotivated. They fail because they try to change without a roadmap or accountability. So tonight, that's exactly what we're going to do, is fix that. So nothing is wrong with you, but lasting change doesn't
sure
come.
about that?
Lasting change
You
doesn't
looked right
come.
at me. Nice. Cool.
I wasn't sending any signals. You always do this on the important quotes, but
Right.
lasting change doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from building the right foundation, right? So I don't want you to look back at your 2025 if there was something more that you wanted to accomplish. I don't want you to look back and say, hey, I just should have tried harder. No, you just needed a better foundation. You just need to create that plan. So that's
Be
what,
kind to yourself is what
and
she's
that's
saying.
what
Yeah.
you're doing here.
Yeah.
You showed up here tonight,
Right.
and you are doing just that. So you should be proud of yourself for just being on this call tonight. Okay, so to create this plan and create your vision for 2025, we're going to go over the 6 pillars of wellness. So, if you've been in our locations yet, you know that we really like to incorporate all aspects of wellness, whether it's the physical, the mental, the spiritual. It's so important to look at all areas of your health and see how they support you, right? As a whole.
And a lot of them support each other too,
Yeah.
which is a big
Yeah.
thing. I feel better. I'm in a better headspace if I've worked out that day.
Right.
I just 100%.
Right.
If I'm getting my saunas in, I sleep better, and then
Yeah.
I perform better. So think of it as, filling up your cup so that you can give out, give from your cup.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So all of these pillars stack on each other, and they impact each other in ways to really help your overall health. So I know a ton of you were in the chat talking about health being your word and your goal. So you are in the right spot for this. So we've got 6 pillars of wellness, with the first one being physical. Then we're going to dive into recovery. We might be biased here, but that might be the most important one.
Might be.
The third one is mental and emotional, also important. Connection, number 4. Then we're talking about nourishment, what we put in our bodies, and then lifestyle. So what are the habits that we have in our life? So we're going to be diving into each one here. So grab your pen and a paper if you haven't already, and we're going into the first one.
Going in deep.
Which is physical. So physical health is caring for your body in a way that builds strength, restores your energy, and supports long-term vitality. So we're thinking things like daily walks after meals, morning yoga or stretching, strength training, a new workout class. We don't have to think of these big grandiose, like,
No.
I got to hit the gym at 5:30 a.m. every day. But it could be just moving your body. How are we going to move differently this year? Maybe it's getting up after every hour. If you sit at a desk all day and, doing a short brisk walk, right?
People always ask me like, well, how should I, whatever, or how should this? And I'm always like, well, what are you going to do 3 or 4 times a week? Like, what do you enjoy doing? For me lately, I think I'm down like 70 pounds over the last 2 years. And that's just because of walking. Everybody's like, oh, you must lift crazy weights. Sure, I lift weights and we do all that stuff. But the most consistent thing is just walking. And I love doing it. We have a beautiful trail by our house. I get out there right by the Capel store. There's a fantastic house. And I just get miles in. And yeah, I do 4, 5, 6, 7 miles sometimes. But it didn't start there. It started with, just, hey, man, let's go walk to the park.
Yeah.
Or, hey, let's grab the dog and get his fat butt out on the, and then your body starts to crave it. And then once you're going, it's good. But all of this leads to consistency, right?
Yeah.
You didn't get into the position that you're in a day. Going on a walk is not going to cure everything here.
Right.
So think about how long it took you to get there. And that's about how long, and we're here to cut down on that timetable, but that's how long it's going to take you to get you back,
And I think that's so important, is what you said, is it's doing something you enjoy. You got to push yourself sometimes, for sure. You got to challenge yourself. There's days that I'm like, I don't want to go on a walk, but I know I'm going to enjoy it when I do it. But, I'm not out there forcing myself to run 5 miles. I am just not a runner. And
No.
you know what? But I
No,
know
me
I can
neither.
go on an hour-long walk, and that's fantastic for my health, and I can enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
So I think, when we think about these things, we got to choose things that are realistic and enjoyable. Now, it might look like trying something totally new and seeing if you like it.
There's that rubber band class thing. I want to try that.
Ooh,
You know that
rubber
with
band?
that bounce thing?
Oh.
The
Like the
the
bungee
the
thing.
bungee
Yes,
thing. Yeah,
yes,
the rubber band
yes.
bungee, whatever.
Rubber
Yeah.
band.
I guess they're opening one
Uh,
across the street
I love it.
from Euless. I'm excited. I want to go in there.
So I want you to shift to thinking, and it really helps to visualize this for yourself. So if you want to really visualize this, you can come do a float session with this and take it to the next level there. But visualize, what would it feel like to have consistent physical activity? If you get to the end of 2026 and say, man, I set out that goal to go on a walk 3 times a week, and I did that, and now I'm what? 20 pounds lighter and feeling great, What does it feel like? And if you don't mind sharing, I'd love if you put it in the chat. What would it feel like to get to the end of 2026 and to have had consistent physical activity?
It feels sore. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe.
It's so funny
Maybe.
you talk about.
I love the feeling of being sore though sometimes, you know?
It's crazy, right? Because it's like the fit people are working always so hard, and then like they're sore all the time. It's like this
Yeah.
whole catch-22, right?
It is. It really is.
I
Feeling good in my body. Feel
Nice.
skinny. I love it. I love it. All right. So now I want you to determine, how are you going to do that? So if you want to feel healthy, you want to feel strong, what is that one simple action you will commit to that relates to your physical health? And remember, make it realistic, make it something that you can be consistent at. If you realize that you have an insane job and working out at 5 a.m. every single day isn't realistic, let's not do an unrealistic goal,
And this is right. This is and Jojo talked about like how would it feel, but like this is a vision board here. So like when I will do this stuff in the float tank, but like I don't know if I want to feel strong. I'm laying back there, and I can like visualize and subconsciously like think of my muscles growing or whatever that is. Like it's just like really kind of take this in as we go through this of like what does that like like for me it's I wanted to fit in jeans and stuff better, wear normal clothes, but like actually putting the pants on and clipping the belt. I know it sounds weird, I do,
Yeah.
but at the same token, like your brain can't tell that your body was with it or not. Like it's a really powerful tool, this manifestation.
Yeah.
The visualization and manifestation, like you might think it's hokey, but I guarantee you some of your professional athletes are 100% doing it.
Mhm.
I know
Oh,
they
yeah.
I know they are.
Yeah. Actually,
We put them in the tanks. Like I know they are. So use those, use those tactics and that stuff. Just that visualization of like, I am,
in the gap in the gain. Got to
in
bring
the
it up
gain,
again.
girl.
They talk about how the last thing you think about before you go to bed has a huge impact on how you perform the next day. So I always try to think about, man, what do I want to accomplish the next day? How do I want to feel? And start visualizing that, because then I'm more likely to accomplish it. Pretty cool. There's some great ones in the chat here. 3 times at the gym each week. I love it.
Let's
Walk
go.
at least 3 or 4 days, and yoga.
Love
Fantastic
it.
combo. I like it. So these are great. So if you haven't yet, write down one simple action that you want to commit to for your physical health.
I feel like if you simply walked, did yoga, and was like 80% perfect on your diet, you could have a pretty sick body. I really do. It doesn't have to be all
Yeah.
of this weight throwing around and
absolutely.
stuff. Like with the consistency of it, like I think you would move better. Like I really do. And I've prioritized a lot of that stuff. And I feel way better at 44 than I did even at 37.
Yeah.
Because the weight came off, and and my walks and stuff like that. I'm beating this over the head, but they all all these things hit a lot of different things. Like that walk, like it's good for your emotion. It's good for your,
Yeah.
like your circadian rhythm, things like that. It all works in conjunction.
I love it. Leg press 450, Jamie. Let's go.
Dude, I got you.
All right. So that is the physical pillar. So I want you to kind of circle that goal that you wrote down as your pillar number 1. And now we're going to shift to number 2, which is probably the most neglected pillar when people think about what they want to accomplish the next year. They think about all the physical activity they want to do. They think about these big, huge goals around their health that they want to accomplish, but they don't always think about how they're going to stay consistent.
Yeah, how the heck are you going to do it the next day?
Yeah.
You know?
Which comes to recovery. And that's why we want you to include recovery in this plan, because it is so important. Recovery is the intentional time you give your body and nervous system to reset, repair, and recharge. So this is time that you dedicate to just letting your mind and body and rest and recharge and reset so that you can accomplish that, 5-mile run again the next day.
Especially as we get older, that rubber band doesn't snap back like it used to. Believe me, I know, right? And through recovery, I've had to, we have kind of a motto at ASW of, train hard, recover harder.
Yeah.
That has to be a priority, whether it's, we'll go over some things, but like, it doesn't have to be this crazy thing, but at least it's intentional, and it can be through nourishment or what have you, but you really have to make sure that you're doing that, because if you break something or pull something or whatever, it's just going to derail you and get you off your goals.
Right. All right. So when the body stays in stress mode, repair and energy restoration can't happen. So recovery is what allows those systems to actually function.
Right. And we did the most recent, we just did a podcast on this.
Yeah. Well, we were putting together a proposal for a pro sports team that's interested in float therapy. Won't mention who, but they were asking for some research on float therapy and how it helps players recover. And so we went and found a bunch of studies, and there were some really cool, some smaller studies, but they were great studies on these athletes that were using float therapy and how much it was helping them perform better because of how well and quickly they could repair. So it was like taking so much pressure off of their bodies that their bodies could recover faster in a shorter period of time. So it's very interesting. And
mentally recover too. Yeah. That's a big thing that, we're in the health and wellness space, but I think you really need to prioritize. I do too, big time, mental, emotional health. That's another part of recovery, and it's not just sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep. It's your nervous system. It's that whole thing. So if it never shuts off, you never get an opportunity for it to take a break.
Right. All right. So what are some ways that you can recover? Well, some of these might be our favorites, but sauna, cold plunge, float therapy, go get a massage, red light therapy, fantastic for recovery if you haven't tried it. Rest, intentional rest, allowing your body to actually have downtime. So these are all great ways that you can recover. Things like stretching, a little yoga, a little light yoga.
Put the phone down for an hour and a half.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Don't doom scroll, because you're not really giving your system a chance to rest.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
All right. So I want you to tell me in the chat, how would it feel to add recovery into your weekly routine? What would that feel like to get 1 hour of an intentional recovery time every week?
Or every other day or whatever.
Yeah.
I can tell you how it
I was just
feel.
gonna say.
Hurt a heck of a lot less. I can tell you that. Make it a lot easier for you to make those 3-4 walks.
Yeah, when you come out of the sauna, because sometimes you get so busy, you put it off for a few days. But when you finally do it and you come out, I can tell you just look refreshed. I
just feel better.
Yeah.
And that parlays into better sleep, and that parlays into, reduction in all-cause mortality, all that stuff. And sometimes a lot of this is it's not what you actually do. It's the fact that you took time for yourself, just like showing up here today. You put it out there, you put that energy out there, whatever that is, and make it so that you can receive, you can receive it.
Yeah. I will go at my computer and realize it's 10 o'clock at night and I've barely eaten anything. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I finally go set aside and take a break and take an hour, it's like, oh, okay, my creativity is back. My focus is back. I like a breath of fresh air, like Candace says. Rejuvenated. Absolutely. Yeah. It's needed, and we don't give it to ourselves enough, All right. So I want you to choose what's that one simple action that you are going to commit to on the recovery side? What's one thing that you can add into your routine? Can't wait for the salt cave. I love it. That's awesome. So what's one thing that you want to commit to in your recovery? Is it some intentional downtime? Is it a sauna session a couple times a week? Maybe you want to come in, do a float therapy session once a month.
Have us torture you in the cold plunge. We're here for it.
Yeah. Some more intentional stretching. It can be anything. Massage. Oh, yes, I'm a big fan. No screens before bed. I like that. Swapping doom scrolling for reading, and then weekly sauna and soaks. I like it. Yeah, that's a good one. Sauna session, fantastic.
Sauna's great.
It's so great.
Sauna's physical, mental, longevity. Sauna's the best. People ask me if you had only one of these services, what would it be? Dude, 10 out of 10 sauna for sure.
Yeah.
There's no, you just sit there, you get a cardio workout, you detox, it helps with your all-cause mortality, brain health,
so much.
You name it.
Yeah.
Float would be second, I think.
Sauna twice a week with my bestie. I like it.
Go. Sauna twice a week. That's like a 25% reduction in all-cause mortality.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. And if the more specific you are with these things, the more you're going to be able to hold yourself accountable to them. Awesome. Great job, you guys. Y'all are setting some great ones here. Okay, so we've done physical, we've done recovery. Now moving on to mental and emotional, a very important part of health. I find that if this isn't in check, my mental and emotional health, the rest all falls to the wayside. The physical's not happening. The recovery's not happening. Yeah, keeping my mental, which all those other things support my mental health.
Sure.
But I got to have them in mental health there.
For me, it's the other way around. I feel like if I'm not training or I don't feel strong, everything else is kind of.
Yeah. All right. So
learn something new every day.
Good for you.
Yes. Nice.
Mental and emotional health is learning how to support your thoughts and emotions so they don't run your life. So the goal here is, we're going to have bad days. We're going to have rough weeks. We're going to have emotional things that happen to us. But, how do we get to a place that we can support all of those things so they don't control us, right? Okay, so here are a couple of ideas and things that you can do to support that. Reading. I find reading this book, The Gap in the Gain. I'm like the new spokesperson for The Gap in the Gain, I guess. But reading this book really helped shift my entire outlook for this year, because I kind of came in with a poopy attitude, and reading this book, so sometimes you can read something that can really shift your mindset. So some great self-help books and things like that out there. Therapy. I'm a huge fan. I've done therapy many times in my life, and always very helpful, and something that sometimes I do begrudgingly because I'm I don't really want to put that in my schedule, and just not feeling it. But when I do, oh boy, I'm always glad that I did. Meditation or prayer, whichever might resonate with you. Breath work, phenomenal. We're doing some breath work classes here at the Richardson location soon, so those will be really neat.
Breath work's super powerful.
Yeah.
It seems kind of wonky, but I know a lot of it has come into the mainstream with Wim Hof and cold plunging, and we see it all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just, and it's something as simple as, going to an event in Richardson or at one of the stores, and which is cool because then you build a little community aspect out of the deal. So that's kind of a 2-for-1. But even a YouTube video, right? And just go through it and just breath work exercises for calming, and it can run you through a lot of that stuff, and it helps. A lot of what's being, a lot of our nervous system control is regulated through breath, right? That's why in the cold plunge, we always tell people, really hammer down on your exhale, because that's where your vagus nerve, your fight or flight response is from. All of that, it stems from breath work.
Yeah. Natural light is a great one. First thing in the morning, going outside. I feel like that has such a big impact on my mood throughout the rest of the day. It gives me energy. That first, getting the light. What's the studies on the light in the eyes?
Yeah, it starts your circadian rhythm is the idea. And, we're not talking about and Huberman talks about this, but like getting 10 minutes of just natural sunlight in your eyes can help you start your circadian rhythm so that when you're ready to go to bed at, let's say, 16 hours later, then your body knows subconsciously that can happen. The issue comes in like when you're in all these buildings and stuff with the fluorescent lights and stuff like that. It can kind of mess a lot of that up.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and stare at the sun without any sunglasses. Like, still don't do that. It's like ambient natural light is kind of the idea.
Okay, good to know. Journaling, another great one. Big fan of journaling. Gratitude list, just writing down like what you're grateful for that day. All fantastic things. So.
People are always asking, like, journaling, what should I journal about? Just like, I don't know. Just start there and say, well, I talked to this guy and he wanted me to journal, and here I am. I'm sitting here and I'm journaling. I'm doing it, and I really don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyways because this bearded guy said I should do it. And then all of a sudden you're off and running, and oh my gosh, it was really cool. This dog is really crazy. And then you just boom, go.
Yeah.
And it just takes you off on a tangent. That way you're connecting it, the like mental to physical. It's super powerful.
I like that. Awesome. So I want you to tell me, what would consistency of mental and emotional health feel like for you? So what is that awesome, feeling of being emotional and physically capable feel like? What would that feel like? Give me a word, a sentence. For me, I think it would feel empowering. Maybe I feel for you.
Confident. I don't know.
I feel confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I had a plan around my mental health, I think I'd feel, Candace has a great one here. Well equipped.
Yeah, there you go.
Calming, clarity. Yes. All great words here. Loving it. All right. So now tell me, what is that one simple action? So it doesn't have to be on the list that we just shared. It can be something that you just came to mind. Maybe it's attending the sound bath at one of our locations, right?
Or you could tie it back to what you're doing physically, or tie it back to something, I'm going to journal in the sauna when I'm in there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So tell us.
Great time to journal, by the way.
What is that one simple action that you're going to commit to for your mental and emotional health? What's yours? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, man. Oh, one thing to commit to. I don't know. I think I'm going to dig in more on the breath work.
Yeah?
Yeah, I might become the Texas Wim Hof, the Texas Iceman.
I think there's already a couple of those.
Yeah, right. No, I want to dig. Breath work is really neat to me. I think a lot of it you can regulate a lot. Simply taking that breath before reacting, things like that. That's a big thing for me. Is that I get reactive, and a lot of that plays into the physical, all that stuff, right? So I think breath work is something I'm super interested in, for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Meditate on my chakras. I love it. Prayer at the start of the day.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Lifting up others around me. Yeah, that's contagious.
I used to do that, 3 gratefuls and 30 push-ups thing. I did that for a while, and then I was like, all right. It was cool, though. It was good. It was a good way to start the day.
I'm big on like gratitude lists in the morning or before bed. Just like start my day by listing things I'm grateful for. It changes my whole outlook for the whole rest of the day. Or before bed, things I'm grateful for. Helps me just recap, man, all these awesome things that we did today or that I felt today. Journaling and prayer before bed. Perfect. Leaving yesterday in yesterday. That's so important.
There you go.
That's so important.
That. I'm stealing that.
I like it. Breath work. Good stuff. Loving it. Awesome. All right. So we are halfway through the wellness pillars. Give me a word in the chat. How are you feeling? Feeling good? You feel like you're starting to get a more clear plan on what you're going to be accomplishing?
Solid.
I'm loving all of these ideas. Giving me inspiration here.
We should have waited to do ours before. We should have done it live. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right. Number 4 here is connection. So for connection, it supports your health by creating a sense of safety, that belonging and emotional support, and helps regulate your stress. So it's so important. I think it's one that we take for granted. Like when Kyle's family was in town recently, we had them all here for a whole week, and Sometimes like I'm just in this go mode. I'm like, oh, like I don't have time to slow down. But when you force yourself to, it's like we slowed down. We got to connect and have
Yeah.
fun, do things that were fun that like, man, we haven't done in a while. Like we haven't taken a weekend off, and it was so needed. Like,
Right.
yeah.
And you guys know that. I mean, you've seen this or have had a, grandparent or parent or something like that. When they start to isolate, it's not good for them.
Yeah.
You need that community. We're communal beings,
Yeah.
we're very tribal and very, and the more we get on these phones, we get further and further away from it,
Yeah.
that real life connection.
Right. All right. So research shows that people with strong social connections actually live longer, while loneliness and isolation are linked to significantly higher risk of early death. So there's a ton of studies out there on
Mhm.
this that people who are lonelier live like 15 years less.
Right.
It's wild. So it's such an important one to really foster and intentionally make sure we're implementing in our life. So just a couple of ideas: attend events. We host a lot of them at Altered States Wellness locations, so check that out. Join a community.
Go see Martin and his run crew.
Reach out to old friends. I know sometimes all it takes is one text and then I'm reconnected, and it means a lot. Visit family, schedule weekly dinners, meetups. What else?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff for, what do we do when we market a lot of the cold plunge events and stuff like that? There's all kinds of free things to do,
Yeah,
right?
like fitness ambassadors.
Fitness
and-
ambassadors, all that stuff. Find your clique, find your crew.
Yes.
Or, hey, let's pivot something different, right? How about a boot camp? Go to Camp Gladiator
Yeah.
or something. That way you get a little connection. I go there because, yes, it's a good workout, but those are my dudes. I enjoy going there, being around like-minded people that are positive, willing to help support you, hold you accountable. And they're also people that are looking to get better.
Right.
We're not sitting around a bar, right? Which we did plenty of, bringing each other down, basically codependent. Whereas now you're all working that collective energy, working together to move yourselves forward. So it's a big one.
Yeah. All right. So what would connection feel like for you? So what does that feel like? For me, it's definitely like very comforting to
Yeah.
have that connection. I always feel it just like fills my cup,
There
when
you go.
afterwards, right? You walk away feeling good, belonging. I like that. I feel like you get energized after you've been around a group of guys, you just
Yeah,
feel
bros. I like to bro out.
yeah.
Like to bro out.
You come home like excited, and
Yeah,
ready to go.
it's tough. It's hard. There's not a lot of people that are in like my situation that I'm not like, oh, we own businesses or whatever, but are doing that entrepreneur thing. It's tough. It's hard to relate sometimes, and it's good. And I don't have too many friends like that, and it's fine. Hey, love my people, but at the same time, like once you're in that, people that can relate to you, you just feel kind of heard and you feel supported. Whereas a lot of things, like we don't, like I've said that, like we don't drink anymore, and that was a big part of our lives.
Mhm.
And I really like that community. And it wasn't necessarily always about the alcohol. It was about we're going out with the crew and we're
Yeah,
doing
doing
this
something
and that.
fun.
That's something there,
Laughing, making memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb
for sure.
memories, but they were still memories.
Yeah.
For sure.
So tell us, what is one simple action that you can commit to for more connection in 2026? One thing you can do, make it simple, make it doable, make it realistic. What's that one thing? And if you want to share in the chat, I'd love to see it.
What are you going to do?
For us, it was Sunday dinners. We've got some family that's moving closer. We're very excited about. They're moving here from Florida, and so we want to prioritize more family dinners with the fam. Call more instead of text. I
There you
like
go.
that. That's
There you
really
go.
good. Volunteering. That's a great idea. Oh, yes. Help someone else and fill your cup. Love it. Participate in events at church. I like it. Planned calls with friends. Speaking to strangers. I love it. You never know. They might become a best friend. Awesome. Really good stuff, guys. Perfect. All right. Connection. Such an important one. I hope you don't ignore it. Definitely challenge yourself. Put yourself out there. You might find that, man, I just met like best friends I'm going to have forever. Or maybe it just like reinforces the relationships you've already had. And it's so important. So don't skip the connection one for sure. But let's keep it moving here on to number 5, which is nourishment. So we're not talking about diets. We're not talking about starving yourself. We're talking about nourishment and how you fuel your body with food and hydration that supports your energy, health, and daily function. So really paying attention to what we're putting into our body. There's a lot of ways we can do this. So mindful eating. So just being, mindful while we're eating, paying attention to what we're eating, enjoying that moment, being present in that moment, tasting our food and taking time to eat it. I'm one of those people that eats way too fast if you let me.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Yeah, it is. Consistent water intake is a great one. I know that's one I can really neglect. Nutrient-rich foods. So what kinds of foods are you buying? Maybe you want to go to the farmer's market this year and buy your vegetables there. Support locally,
Or
right?
eat vegetables in the first place. That's a big thing,
That's this guy right
Yeah.
here. Or maybe you need to add some vitamins and supplements into your routine that can really just help. Maybe you just feel like, man, I've been feeling sluggish, not a lot of energy. Maybe you need that extra boost with something. So lots of things we can do here.
And mindful eating too is, for me, a lot of times is making the best decision out of the decisions that I have to make, right? Like if we're on the road, we're going crazy, it's 11 o'clock at night. The only thing that's open is Whataburger. Do I need to smash, a milkshake, French fries, and the burger? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
And it's you're in situations about consistency is key with just like everything, right? And making that 80-20. And then, but I also know the next day, like, hey dog, you had that Whataburger. Maybe we need to lock it in. Like, and it's there. I don't keep a count in my head, but I kind of keep a count in my head. And I know if I've eaten way too many calories, haven't trained, I try to, I'm kind of like, all right, dude, you need to go on the long walk today. Like, let's be honest, calories in, calories out.
Yep. I like it. So tell us in the chat, what would nourishment feel like? What does it feel like when you are fueling your body with the good things, when you're drinking a lot of water, when you're mindfully eating, participating in what you put in your body? I know for me, I feel worlds of difference when I'm paying attention to this and really being mindful.
I feel it in my body. It's all about inflammation.
Yeah,
Like
my energy. Like
it's all about inflammation.
I don't have fatigue. I am just energized. I wake up feeling more clear-headed.
I feel it in my knees,
Yes.
my back when I've had sugar. Like I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Energized and alert. Elite. I like it.
Eat.
Yes.
Tactical. Eat.
I love that.
All of the things.
All right. So what is one simple action you will commit for more nourishment? Maybe it's going and getting on a meal plan. Like maybe you're tired of figuring it out yourself. So I'm going to go, check out Project Lean Nation.
Yeah,
over
go
there
check out
next to
Project Lean
Coppell.
Nation. They've been a game changer for us this year. That's for sure.
Get some meal preps. Maybe it's sourced locally, hit the farmer's market up. Maybe it's just focusing on your water intake. Like I want to consistently drink water, put fuel that in my body. Maybe it's grab those vitamins and supplements. What is it for you? Tell me in the chat. Let's see what you got. Starting the day with nutrient-rich foods instead of Chick-fil-A minis. Good one.
Solid.
Hey,
Solid.
I think you can do it. And that first meal of the day is so important. Meal prepping, I like it. Yeah, you got to prep. Meal prep. Yep.
Even if you do like meal preps just for lunch, like there's
Yeah.
something to that. Like
Yeah.
that way you get their snacks or something like that. That's one thing I liked about Factor is when they had those snacks. It was like I was good for lunch, I was good, but when I needed something, it was like chips.
Yeah.
So where it's like, no, they got these dope protein shakes or some keto something. It just keeps you on that grind. Like
For
meal
sure.
preps are great.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you don't want to do it, like prep yourself,
Yeah.
like
Avoid ultra-processed foods. That's a good one. Protein supplement. Yeah, I like that. I know I have a hard time getting all the protein I needed too. So.
not me.
You're all protein.
Yeah, I try to get like 1 gram per per pound of body weight. So that's like 225 grams of protein, which is a lot, but
Breakfast for you.
breakfast, yeah. Get it, all the eggs, protein. Prioritize protein, right? That's what everybody says.
Smaller meals instead of 3 big ones.
There you
I
go.
like it. Mondays are my meal prep days. I like it.
Oh.
Go ahead and put a day to it, put a time to it. Yes, you guys are doing great here. All right, let's move on to the last pillar here, which is lifestyle. So lifestyle health is shaped by your everyday choices. So we're talking about like your routines, the boundaries. I know somebody had that as their word of the year. Your energy, your well-being. So how are we going to protect all of these things? Ideas here and ways that we do this with our morning and evening rituals. What time are you going to bed at night? What time are you waking up? What are you doing as the first thing you wake up? Are you jumping on your phone and emails right away? Are you scrolling, the doom scrolling before you go to bed? Are you setting boundaries with, your friends, family, coworkers? I know that's a hard one. Tech-free times. So are you taking intentional time to not be in front of, the computer or sitting there just binge watching Netflix, one of my favorites. Reducing screen time is a great thing to do. Make your space clutter-free. So I know for me, sometimes if I just constantly have a messy house, I just start spiraling. It affects my mental health, then it affects that, affects this. So work-life balance, that's a big one for me. More time outdoors. So that is a fantastic one. Get outside more. Lots of ways that you can do this here, but tell me, what would lifestyle changes feel like? So if you, set an intentional morning and evening routine, or you got more time outdoors or less screen time, what would that do for your life? How would that feel? Would that help you? Tell me in the chat if you want.
What are you thinking?
What am I thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking less screen time.
Yeah.
I want to do more I noticed because we've been going so crazy that we don't have time. Like there's no bandwidth to kind of have, like in the float tank, right? To have your senses focused back in. And I feel like my problem solving's been off. And my creative thought's been way off because it's too much.
You don't have downtime.
Yeah. And I'll doom scroll with the best of them, but I feel like.
Yeah, the screens are hard.
The screens are hard. And you think you're chilling and you're sitting on the couch, but like your nervous system and everything, you're getting dopamine
still processing.
hits. And
Yeah, for me, it's my morning ritual. I used to have a really nice morning ritual. I woke up, I went outside, I wrote in my journal, I read, a devotional. Like I did some very intentional things, and I've lost that. And lately I've just been jumping out of bed and literally going straight to my email, which is like the worst thing you can do. Yeah. And then every time there's some sort of issue in the email that I've got to attend to. So I'm not able to set myself up for success for the day. So for me, it's definitely getting back to that morning routine of spending even just 20 minutes with myself and my thoughts and preparing myself for the day, easing into the day.
Yes. Yeah. What's that like? Yeah.
Yes. All right. So tell me, what is that one simple action you will commit to? I think I already see a few. Be more productive. If I start going to bed earlier, I like that. Yeah. I know it makes such a big impact. If I stay up late, I'm all of a sudden so thrown off the next day. I'm tired, grumpy, hungry. Yes. What's that one thing that you're going to commit to on your lifestyle side? Clean once a week. That's great. I like that. Yeah. Fantastic here.
I don't clean on days that end in Y.
You wish. Awesome. Anybody else? Anybody else got some actions they're going to do for their balanced lifestyle here? 5:30 a.m. club. I like it.
Let's go.
Starting the day strong. All right, guys. So how many of you have set goals before, watched them slowly fade because life just got busy, and then all of a sudden you didn't hit that goal? I know I've definitely been in this camp before. You?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we all are. It's like what? New Year's resolutions, like 92 of them are broken by January 12th or
Yeah.
something like that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not easy to
The
stick
numbers
with
are
goals.
not in your
Yeah.
favor there. It's not
Yeah.
a good bet.
So really at this point, you have two choices. You can keep guessing, you can keep holding on to these goals, just hoping that you reach them, or you can follow a proven roadmap and have that accountability to help you get there. So we'd like to invite you to the 30-day New Year Reset Challenge this year so that you can have a plan and goal of how you're going to reach all of these things, so that you can remember that word of the year and how you're going to hit that and make that your 2026
So you can
reason.
win in 2026.
Yes. So when you join the 30-day New Year Reset Challenge, you build simple, sustainable habits that help you reset your mind, body, and energy. So this was from one of our members who did the challenge last year. She said, I joined the reset feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. And by the end of the 30 days, I felt clearer, more energized, and finally back in control of her routine. So exciting. So with the 30-day New Year Reset Challenge, it's just 30 days. And by the end of it, you will start feeling that restorative energy by supporting your body and your nervous system. You'll create clarity around habits that actually matter, and you'll build momentum through simple and sustainable actions. So sounds pretty nice.
Yeah.
So with our 30-day New Year Reset Challenge, you get 4 60-minute credits. So you can use those credits on any of the services that we offer at Altered States Wellness, whether that is float therapy, sauna and cold plunge with the fire and ice, or an hour session in the lab where we have the red light, EMF, and the compression boots. So you get to choose. You know your body best, and you know what you need. And sometimes it might be more of a float session. Sometimes it might be the fire and ice, but you get to choose how you want to recover.
And we have staff there to guide you what might be most optimal for you in that moment. Hey, I'm feeling this. I'm not feeling this, dude. Try float therapy or whatever the case may be. The more you communicate, the better it's going to be. We can help guide you.
Yeah. Comes with a 30-day supply of our daily liquid vitamin detox. So if you have not tried this, it's my absolute favorite thing ever. It is a liquid vitamin detox, all natural, organic ingredients derived here in the U.S. It's a drinkable vitamin that you absorb incredibly well. So I find that it works so much more effective. It's packed full with all kinds of daily minerals, your greens, your
probiotics, prebiotics, adaptogens. There's beetroot in there to help with that vascularity and the blood flow.
Yes.
Everything
you need and more.
There's 100+ ingredients on the bottom on the back of this label.
Yes.
So
we're not just going to give you credits and give you product and say good luck. We have an in-store leaderboard where you're going to put your name and you're going to track coming in and using these credits across that 30 days. So we're going to hold you accountable and make sure that you're coming in. We're also going to be sending you motivational texts and emails that have a ton of tips on things that you can do to help support your wellness routine and those morning habits and those evening habits and get more in depth into some of these goals. A lot of things that you mentioned here today. And then, of course, we're going to celebrate when you accomplish this within the 30 days with some completion prizes and make sure that you feel rewarded. So it's a total value of $577, but that's not what we're going to charge you for this. We are charging just $197 for the challenge. So you get all of that, the product, the 60-minute credits, the 4 of them, and the leaderboard, the text, and the accountability. All of that for $197. And if you're already a member with us, I know a lot of you already have hey, I'm on the unlimited credits plan. I don't need more credits. If you want to use your own credits, you can sign up for just $87. You can still join in the challenge, get the daily liquid vitamin, and we can put your name on the leaderboard. Now, if you're a member, you can still buy the $197 and just get 4 credits at a killer deal. Right. So the choice is definitely yours. But we are not special here. We have always been open.
I'm not special.
We've always been very open about our wellness journey and what it's taken to get here. And it's still a huge journey with us here. But, what has got us from, being completely burned out, drinking way too much, on a on a horrible path to being here now today is that we just followed a plan. We stayed accountable.
Right.
We challenged ourselves to try new things, and we tracked our progress to get there.
Yeah, and I hope throughout these things, like, we shed a little light on it and make it a little bit more approachable, and it doesn't come off like we're the experts or whatever. No, it's all a work in progress, right? And these are things that have worked for us, and it's things that we've seen in the store over the last 8 years. And if that makes me an expert, then so be it. But, you just, it's very simple things done consistently, repeatedly. Everything kind of builds together: the recovery piece, the sauna piece, the ability to nourish yourself. And then, with the community aspect of having your name on a leaderboard, y'all get competitive with it. I'm down. I love it. But it's all the goal with this is to kind of touch on every little aspect of this to help you guys win in 2026.
Yeah. So just to recap, what you get is the 460 minute credits that you can use on any service. So does not matter which one you use them on. You can also divide them up into 30-minute services. So if you're like, hey, I like the quick sessions on my lunch break, make that into eight this month, you know? So you get all of that, the challenge is to use those within 30 days. And you get the bottle of State of Vitality, this awesome liquid vitamin that it's, everybody that buys this, they always wind up coming back. They're like, I need it more. You get the motivational emails with wellness tips. A weekly meditation is included in there. Lots of motivation. Our staff is going to be texting you and encouraging you to get through this, holding you accountable. And then we have the in-store leaderboard. You get to put a sticker on there every time you win. So it's a really fun challenge to be a part of. So again, it's just $197. You can sign up at book.alteredstateswellness.com. Members, if you want to use your credits, you can do that for just $87.
And y'all in the DFW area, by the end of this thing, there should be 4 locations to go to.
That's right. Yes. So you can find your location. Good segue there.
Yep.
When you go to book.alteredstateswellness.com, it's going to pop up. You're just going to select the location that's near you. So if you're in Houston, you're choosing Vintage Park. If you're in Dallas, you've got Coppell, Glade Parks, Richardson, or the Colony to choose from. So lots of choices there. So choose where you are closest to. Then you're going to go to the top right corner and click on memberships. I know that's a little funky because it's not a full membership, but we're going to memberships and it's just a one-time fee, not a recurring fee. So when you go to the memberships page, you're going to land here and you're going to see 30-day New Year Reset Challenge. You'll see both options for the normal challenge or if you are a member, and you're going to pick which one's right for you. And then you're already going to get our email in your inbox guiding you through how it works, giving you a little motivation and encouraging you to book that first session. Remember, guys, we were telling you that one of the most neglected parts of people committing and keeping their plan is not having that intentional recovery time. So that's why it's so important to have this recovery, because if you want to hit those big weight loss goals and be hitting the gym all of the time, taking that intentional time each week to recover is what's going to help you get there,
That's
right?
What gets Martin through those marathons.
Right.
The day after, he's in seeing us, bugging the heck out of us. But that's what it does, and it's a great testimonial, right?
Yeah,
it's a great testimonial to see
the energy and fuel
you
need. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So remember, a lot of you said you were here because you feel burned out. You've been running on empty for a while, pushing through instead of pausing in your body, quietly asking for a different pace. Some of you said you felt stuck in this cycle. You keep starting over with the best intentions, but without a clear plan, the same patterns will keep pulling you back. And so many of you said that you were ready for something different, that you don't want another quick fix. You want something that is going to actually fit your life and that lasts, right?
It doesn't get much different than jumping in a float tank. I can tell you that. Not too much like that.
Right. I love it. So I know you might be thinking, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't know that I can jump in here. Well, I can tell you, you don't make time for this. The reality is that you may not reach those goals. It's going to be much more of a challenge for you. So making that intentional time just once a week to come in and use 1 hour of this week out of the week can help you perform so much better the whole rest of the week, right?
Right.
So,
if you don't have time, you need to make time. That's because
Right.
your schedule is stacked. You're cruising for a burnout. Believe me, I do it. I did it.
Yes. You also might be thinking, oh, I just don't know if I can stay consistent. In the past, I've tried something and I just didn't stick with it. Well, that's exactly why we created this. That's why, so that we have the leaderboard so that you can keep track. You're going to be feeling that rewarded feeling when you do stay consistent. And we're going to be sending you like texts and emails and really encouraging you to stay in there. So you have that community, the connection that we talked about that is so important. You might be scared that this just won't work. It's something else you invest in, that doesn't work. What would you say to that?
I mean, we've been doing this for 8 years. It's going to help, and we can communicate things. What's nice about this is you're not just locked into one thing, right? If the float tank wasn't for you, hey, let's rock some saunas.
Right.
If the saunas didn't work for you, hey man, you might be better off in the red light or PEMF or something like that. So there's different ways. I fail, I've over 8 years, I've yet to see somebody not feel better by committing to 4 sessions with us. And at the very least, guys, you're getting this. Like, this stuff is fantastic. Like, I don't want to oversell it here, but just simply getting the correct minerals, you're going to feel better.
Yeah,
I know you are.
Absolutely. All right. So I know I said to stay with me till the end, and we would give you that wellness roadmap workbook. So I want to get that in the chat for you. This is the workbook that goes more in depth with what we went over today. So set aside some time to dive a little deeper. Maybe, set more clear goals. Maybe if you just wrote them at a high level, go back and say, okay, how am I going to do this? What day, what time, go block it off on your calendar. I find if it's not physically blocked off on my calendar, I am not going to get it done. So grab that in the chat. It's there for you. So you can download, print that out, or use it however you wish. But all right, guys, we're opening it up here. We'd love to see you in the challenge. You can sign up at book.alteredstateswellness.com. But we are going to open it up. Does anybody have any questions from the workshop, questions about the challenge? What are we thinking? How are we feeling about 2026 now? All in on the challenge, Martin. I like it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Martin. Get that state of vitality. We're going to hold you accountable, keep you coming for those sessions.
I will personally hold you accountable, Martin. Dude, you got more discipline than I do, man. You're fantastic, dude.
Yes. I like it. It's so nice. Like, these challenges are so fun, and customers always have such a blast. At the end, they're like, thank you so much for doing this, because it's just such a great way to do something like fun, but like really challenge yourself to like make it happen, right?
Oh yeah, they get, we had 2 girls going at it last year, and it was awesome. And what was her, Jasmine and Renata, right?
Yeah, something.
They were like, and Jasmine would call in to see if Renata had been there before earlier in the day, and
it was who was going to finish first. So one wanted to come in and finish before the other one, and
it was hilarious. And then they ended up, like, we had a little party afterwards, and they ended up meeting, and they were so cool. Like, it was neat to see.
Love it. I love it. All right. Any questions for on the workshop? Anything that we did? Feeling more hopeful for 2026. I love it. That's exactly what we hoped for today. I like it.
Dig into that guide too. That'll, if you missed a little something, if you were writing something down while I was mumbling or JoJo was talking, it's all there for you guys.
Yeah, perfect. Lots of thank yous. Thank you for joining.
Thanks,
we love doing this. It forces us to sit down and do it ourselves. And it's always so nice to have a clearer, more powerful plan going into 2026. So I hope that you feel like more equipped to walk into this year. I encourage you to think of all 6 pillars. Remember, it's not just about one. So try to incorporate all of those pillars of your wellness routine. And we hope to see you in the studio soon.
Yeah. And if you guys have questions or anything, you reach out to me on socials or Probably you guys some of you have my cell phone. We're here for it, right? Or go into the store, ask questions. The staff's trained to help you guys out to really maximize your investment here. That's very key for us.
Perfect. And we look forward to seeing you in the challenge. So get signed up for the 30-day challenge. We'll see you in store. We'll be putting that name on the leaderboard here soon. And we can't wait to see what you accomplish.